Allies and adversaries alike are reacting to President-elect Donald Trump's incoming return to power. And that includes the head of NATO, who congratulated Trump on his victory despite his past criticism of the military alliance. NATO's Secretary General said in a post on social media, quote, "Trump's leadership will again be key to keeping our alliance strong. I look forward to working with him again to advance peace through strength." CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd joins us now for our weekly national security wrap-up. Sam, it's a big week. How have world leaders reacted to President-elect Trump's win?
Well, we are unsurprisingly seeing a deluge of congratulatory messages, phone calls, tweets from world leaders to President-elect Trump congratulating him on his victory. What we're not aware of yet is what these leaders are saying in private. Some are likely more concerned about Trump coming back into power in January, including the head of NATO, based on concerns that Mr. Trump would diminish U.S. support for the alliance in light of an increasingly aggressive Russia. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel is one of the first leaders to congratulate Trump, calling it a great victory that Mr. Trump won the election again. If we look at Europe, far-right leaders like Prime Minister Orban of Hungary have been incredibly vocal about how happy they are that Mr. Trump won. Even countries like France, that had a tough relationship with Mr. Trump during his first administration, issued public congratulations, as did the UK, Germany, and others. But it is worth noting that European leaders like Macron and Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, also said that there is a need to bolster European unity, likely a nod to fears about the U.S. walking away from the transatlantic alliance. Now, Trump has spoken with the president of Mexico. Border security and immigration came up. Who he has not spoken to is also notable. He has not spoken directly with Vladimir Putin, a leader he got very close with during his first administration. However, President Putin did flatter him publicly, saying that Trump's response to the assassination attempt in June was, quote, manly. He also has not spoken with President Xi Jinping of China. The Chinese issued a pretty generic statement talking about peaceful coexistence. So looking forward, we should expect more congratulatory calls, more congratulatory statements, but a lot of behind-the-scenes discussions about how to position in light of Mr. Trump's likely policies. And one last note, with a huge departure from previous tradition, the president-elect spoke with a foreign leader, the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, and had a private citizen, Elon Musk, in the room. So we're also waiting to see whether President-elect Trump does involve more private citizens in his phone calls with world leaders, and whether that's a precedent he continues even when he comes into office.
So, Sam, we now know who the new ambassador from Israel to the United States is going to be. And when Trump takes office, obviously, there is still a conflict, several conflicts in the Middle East as Israel continues to fight on multiple fronts. What's the latest in the region, and how is the election of Trump back into power likely going to affect any of those calculations?
Well, the Israelis likely think that they will have a blank check to do what they want against Iran and other threats in the weeks and months after Trump takes office. Notably, Prime Minister Netanyahu fired his defense minister on Tuesday. When news of the firing broke publicly, there were protests in the streets because the defense minister was viewed as the last remaining moderate in Netanyahu's ultra-conservative coalition. And then finally, on the humanitarian front, the Israelis announced that they're opening another border crossing to allow in increased aid, not many details about how much and when. And they also announced they'll let in about 300 trucks of aid from the United Arab Emirates. This falls very short of U.S. demands of 350 trucks a day to be let in unless the U.S. walks back U.S. support for Israel. But U.S. threats about a diminishment in support for Israel in light of the humanitarian situation in Gaza are likely viewed as empty, as Mr. Trump will likely not follow up on those threats when he comes into office.
All right, Sam Vinograd, thank you.
Thank you.